Godzilla vs. Kong is directed by Adam Wingard, and as you might expect, is a movie where Godzilla and Kong fight. Take all of my money now. Basically, some scientists are trying to find a location that is of myth. They believe that Kong could perhaps lead them to it, and Godzilla is out in the world wreaking havoc and killing people, so folks are confused. Godzilla tends to be someone who kind of balances the scales of justice and does the right thing, so why does it appear that he's killing innocent people? And of course, eventually, these two titans are going to sort some shit out. Quick backstory, that VHS King Kong vs. Godzilla was on repeat constantly when I was in elementary school. It's a very cheesy movie, admittedly, especially if you watch the American version, but that little kid didn't give a shit. He loved it and he watched it all the time. And that kid that's still inside me had a big cheesy grin throughout almost this entire film. I really had a good time with Godzilla vs. Kong because it basically gives you exactly what you want. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a very tightly paced movie in that it's the shortest so far in this most recent series of Godzilla and King Kong films. The movie doesn't waste too much time with things that you might not necessarily care about, and it doesn't have a grand aspiration towards really anything else than entertaining the hell out of you with a series of epic bouts between Godzilla and Kong. They do not disappoint. That's what you want to see. That's what's on the poster. The movie delivers that. 100%, especially in the latter half. The second half of the movie is almost non-stop Kong and Godzilla stuff. And it's really exciting and fun. Now, one complaint that's been thrown around a lot for these recent Kong and Godzilla movies, and I've certainly said it, is that the human characters are kind of boring. Most people watch these movies for the Titans, and we all know that. But it would still be nice if you kind of cared about the little ants that are walking around on the ground. This movie is very self-aware in that it does the bare minimum basics for the human characters. It establishes the characters, their motivations, their goals. Why are they in this movie? Why are they doing what they're doing? And it gives traits to each one of them. Some are overly serious, some are very funny, some are paranoid, and some characters cancel each other out. Brian Tyree Henry was very funny as a conspiratorial podcast host who has a lot of thoughts about what the government is doing, and some of them end up being true, so getting to watch him discover that his paranoid rantings on the internet are actually fact was very funny. But Julian Dennison, who I loved in Hunt for the Wilder People, is also there for comic relief. And those two characters are sort of on a side quest with Millie Bobby Brown's character, and sometimes it feels like the movie stops when we're with them. Eventually, there's a concrete reason for them being in the movie, and the characters are entertaining, and as I said, Brian Tyree Henry's very funny and likable, and so he definitely makes his scenes very enjoyable, but Alexander Skarsgård and Rebecca Hall are basically the main story. They're trying to find this hidden world, and Kong is leading them there. This was really smart, because instead of having Kong just be an animal that occasionally appears to wreak some havoc, he's integral to the story. They need him for the story. So not only do we get to see more of the monsters, but they made them more integral to the story this time around. But as I said, the film is extremely well paced in that it gives you just enough of the human people because they're really not that interesting, and what they're trying to do can at times be a little incomprehensible. The best way that I can describe Godzilla vs. Kong is that it feels like an early 2000s movie, and I mean that as a compliment. There used to be films that were just big, fun movies. And that's it. They had the needed character development, the bare minimum basics, but the movies knew why you were there. They were very self-aware. They didn't have these grand aspirations to be these overly pretentious human dramas. And I miss times like that at the movies where it just felt like you could go and have a fun time, even if it is disposable. It's almost like the film knows it is and is totally okay with that. Adam Wingard does so many fun things with the fight sequences in the movie. He simulates a camera that's mounted to their arms sometimes, so when they throw punches, it creates this great sort of dizzying effect. The fights are gorgeous. The visual effects truly have reached an amazing, amazing period. Like, we are in the future. The look of this movie is absolutely breathtaking. I do think there's one missed opportunity, though. There's an area of the film, without getting into details, where gravity is sort of fucked up. I really wish that Godzilla and Kong fought in that spot somehow. It could have been like the Inception fight of Godzilla and Kong. It feels like a missed opportunity. There's also one close-up of Godzilla in the film when he's really kicking Kong's ass that I feel like some people won't know what to make of it. I thought it was really funny. I liked it a lot and I laughed, but some people might think it's like out of character or something. I don't know. I liked it. Also, can I just say that Kyle Chandler has now been in 2 films with Kong that are completely separated from each other. He was in the Peter Jackson King Kong and now this. That's so strange, but cool. Good for him, man. He's out there making the money. So even though the human aspect of the movie, again, is just something I don't really care that much about, there is one part of the film that I think they absolutely knocked out of the park. There's a young girl in the film that's able to communicate with Kong. That was absolutely the heart and soul of the movie and created some surprisingly touching moments that I did not expect. Now, granted, this movie is not going to be for everybody. If you go into Godzilla vs. Kong, ready to analyze the in-depth meaning and the hidden metaphors of the shots and visual implications of everyone's state of mind, you'll probably not like the movie. But if you just want to see Godzilla and Kong throw punches, you're going to have a blast. I'm going to give Godzilla vs. Kong a B. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching, and thank you as well to the sponsor for this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you, and it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. 2 classes on Skillshare I found particularly helpful were Artivism, Create Inspiring Art for Change, taught by Nicholas Smith, and Productivity for Creatives, Build a System that Brings Out Your Best, taught by Thomas Frank. When it comes to all the classes that Skillshare has to offer, there's nothing better than learning straight from the people who are out there doing it themselves. You can take advantage of the passion that they already have for the subject that they're teaching, which makes the learning experience so much more enjoyable. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description below will get a free premium membership to Skillshare so you can explore your creativity. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys as always for watching. If you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.